stop scrolling. I need you to pause right now and take a breath so deep it reaches your soul, because something is about to arrive that you weren't supposed to hear until now. There's a voice moving through the veil. Not just any voice, the one you've secretly longed to hear for years. The voice of your father, but not as you remember him. This is your father in his purest form, beyond pain, beyond ego, beyond death. And he's reaching through the ether with a message forged in urgency and timeless love. He chose this moment, not a moment sooner, not a second later, because right now you're standing at a crossroads, and what he has to say will change everything. Leo, you were born under the sun, but you've been walking in shadows. You've been carrying the weight of legacy, the silence of pride, and the ache of conversations left unfinished. And here's the truth: your father has watched you every step of the way. From beyond this world, he has waited for you to be ready to receive something he couldn't give you while he was alive. This is that moment. He wants to give you the crown you were always meant to wear. Not the one made of pressure or expectation, but the one made of flame, truth, and unconditional love. Before we begin, Leo, say it softly or type it below as a decree. I, Leo, receive the light that was always mine. This isn't just a comment, it's an activation. Stay with me now, because what follows isn't just a message from the beyond. It's a return to the part of you that never died, the flame that never went out, the legacy that is waking up. Part 1. The wound between father and flame. Before you could ever roar, before you even knew you were born under the sun, you looked up at a man and called him father, not because he was perfect, but because your soul recognized something ancient in him, something eternal, a mirror, a fire, a force you didn't know yet lived inside you. And for many Leos, that father was present in body, but distant in spirit. Or maybe he left too soon, or maybe he was there, and still you felt unseen. Leo, your story might be wrapped in strength, but behind that golden mane, I know there's a scar that still glows when no one's watching. A scar shaped like silence. The silence of, "You did good, kid." The silence of, "I see you." The silence of, "You don't have to earn my love, it's already yours, ready." And because that silence echoed for too long, you started roaring louder, pushing harder, proving more, becoming the protector, the performer, the perfect child. But deep down, you weren't performing for the crowd. You were performing for him, hoping maybe one day he'd see past your strength and say, "You don't have to be strong to deserve love." Let's be honest. There are moments you still walk into a room and wonder if your worth will finally be seen. And when you lost him, whether through death distance or disconnection, a part of your fire flickered. Not out, but inward. You see, Leo, your father didn't just leave this world. He left behind a gap in your constellation, a missing star. But what if I told you that star has never stopped shining? That everything you thought was broken was never broken, just waiting, because he's here, now. And he sees the part of you he couldn't understand in life. He sees the weight you carried, the roles you played, the strength you forced yourself to wear like a crown that never fit. And for the first time, he's not asking you to roar. He's asking you to breathe, to feel, to remember. You are not the mask. You are not the applause. You are the fire. And Leo, your healing doesn't begin with answers. It begins with the courage to admit the pain is real. So let me ask you, has your strength ever felt like a burden instead of a gift? Comment if this resonates with you, because what your father couldn't give you in life, he's here to give now. But before he does, you must release the need to carry the wound alone. We're only just beginning, Leo. And the next part will reveal what you were always meant to receive. Life lesson. No matter how bright you shine for the world, true power comes from shining light into your own shadows. Leo's real courage is not in roaring through pain, but in sitting with it, listening to it, and letting it teach you who you really are. There's something your father saw in you, but never said, until now. Part 2. The hidden approval you always longed for. Leo. There's something your father saw in you, something brilliant, something rare, but he never said it out loud. Maybe he didn't know how. Maybe he thought you already knew. Or maybe he believed that silence made you stronger. But the truth is that silence left an ache in your chest that you've carried for years. Not a scream, not even a cry, just a quiet question that echoes in the background of every success. Would he be proud of me? And here's the part you've never told anyone. Even when others applauded you, when they told you how strong, how talented, how brilliant you were, it never felt complete, because you weren't chasing the world's approval. You were chasing his nod, his smile, his presence. Maybe he worked too much. Maybe he didn't know how to express emotion. Maybe he carried his own wounds passed down from fathers before him. And maybe, Leo, it was never really about you not being enough. Maybe it was about him not knowing how to show that you always were. There is something so uniquely painful about feeling unseen by the person whose love meant the most. But there's something equally sacred about realizing that person sees you now, because your father does see you now. Clearly, deeply, with no filters. And in the space where words once failed him, his energy is now roaring with pride. He sees how you show up for others even when you feel empty. He sees the battles you fight behind your smile. He sees the way you've built yourself from ashes without ever asking for help. And if he could speak in this moment, he'd say the words he never got to say. I'm proud of you. I've always been. Even when I didn't say it. Even when I didn't show it. Even when I didn't understand you. Let that sink in, Leo. Let that land in the places where applause never reached. Let his love into the quiet corners of your soul where you once believed you had to earn everything, because his message now is clear. You never had to earn what was always yours. Comment if this resonates with you. Write it, speak it, declare it. I no longer chase approval. I already am enough. Let's carry that truth forward, because the next part of this journey is about reclaiming something you thought was lost forever. Life lesson. The validation you've waited for may not come from the person you expected, but sometimes healing begins when you give yourself the approval you once begged for in silence. Leo, your light was never missing. It was only waiting for you to see it as your own. You didn't lose your birthright, Leo. It was simply waiting for the right time to return to you. Part 3. Your crown wasn't lost. It was delayed, Leo. There was a moment, maybe long ago, maybe just recently, when you felt something fall from you. It wasn't visible. No one else may have noticed. But you felt it. Like something sacred slipped through your fingers when life hit too hard, too fast, too unfairly. Maybe it was the moment you lost your father. Maybe it was the day someone betrayed your trust. Or maybe it was when you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself anymore. That was the moment, wasn't it? When the crown you were born to wear suddenly felt too heavy. So you set it down, not out of weakness, but because you were tired of carrying what felt unworthy. But here's the truth no one ever told you. Your crown wasn't lost. It was simply waiting. Waiting for the version of you strong enough to wear it without ego, wise enough to wear it without fear, and healed enough to wear it without needing to prove anything to anyone. The pain didn't disqualify you. The years you wandered didn't strip you of your right. The grief, the silence, the anger, they didn't make you less. They made you ready. Leo, your father shows me a vision you as a child, head held high, eyes wide with hope, dreaming of greatness without yet understanding the price of it. And then he shows me you now weathered, wiser, quieter, but still burning, that fire. It never left you. It dimmed not because you were weak, but because even fire needs rest. He wants you to know you don't have to roar to be royal. You already are. The time has come, not to search for your crown, but to pick it back up, to claim what was always yours, to walk forward not with noise but with knowing, because the throne you were meant to sit on has been empty long enough. It's not about status, not about admiration. It's about responsibility to yourself, to your lineage, to the fire you carry. Comment if this resonates with you. Say it, claim it. I wear my crown not for the world, but for the light I was born to carry. The crown was never taken, Leo. It was always yours. And now it's time to wear it for real. Because what comes next is not just about reclaiming power. It's about learning how to rule from your heart, not your wounds. Life lesson. True power isn't loud. It doesn't beg to be seen. It knows its worth in silence. Leo's crown isn't just an image. It's a responsibility to rise above survival and lead with compassion, not ego. Before you can move forward, you must understand the fire you've inherited. Part 4. The sacred flame of the masculine lineage. Leo, this isn't just about your father. What's arriving now is much older than that. It's older than your childhood, older than your wounds, older than even the man who raised you. What's coming through is the flame that has burned through generations. A masculine lineage that stretches back like a trail of stars. Fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers. Not perfect men, but men who carried something holy and didn't know how to speak it. Men who were taught to hold in their emotion, to fight in silence, to hide their softness behind stone faces, because the world told them that strength meant shutting down. And now here you are, Leo, standing at the edge of that inheritance, holding all of it, the fire, the pressure, the silence, the pain, and the possibility. You are not just your father's child. You are the living embodiment of a sacred line, the one chosen to break the curse and awaken the flame that was never meant to die. Can you feel them now? The voices of those who came before you, not demanding, not judging, but finally whispering, let it be you, let it end with you, let it begin again with you. Your father stands not alone, but surrounded by the spirits of the men who passed him, their broken tools, who passed him their half-finished dreams, who passed him their unhealed grief, and unknowingly he passed them to you. But unlike them, you are conscious, you are awake, you have the wisdom to turn fire into light, not destruction, and that is why your father came back. Not just to speak, but to hand you something they couldn't, the sacred flame, not just of being a man, but of becoming a leader of light. A masculine force that creates, heals, uplifts, not out of dominance, but out of divine clarity. Leo, this is your real inheritance. Not money, not memories, but the chance to end what wounded you and begin what frees you. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your anger wasn't just yours, that your silence belonged to men who came before you? That your pain might be older than your own life? Comment if this resonates with you. Say it now, I honor the fire in my blood, but I choose to lead it into light. Because that's the power of Leo. You don't just burn, you illuminate. And the men in your line, they've been waiting for someone like you to finally light the torch and walk forward without fear. You are not alone anymore. You are the one they prayed would be born. Life lesson. In every lineage, there is one who wakes up. Leo, You are the breaker of cycles, the healer of silence, and the builder of a new masculine future. True strength is not passed down. It is remembered when someone dares to feel what others were too afraid to. You were never meant to carry the burden alone, but you've been doing it for far too long. Part 5. Breaking the cycle of loneliness. Leo, let's be honest. You've lit up rooms. You've made people laugh. You've held families together. You've been the strongest voice in the hardest moments, and yet even surrounded by people. There are nights you feel like no one really sees you. You smile, but your heart whispers, if they really knew what I carry. It's strange, isn't it, how someone who shines so brightly can feel so alone. But this is the secret that only a Leo would understand. The throne is beautiful, but it's also heavy. And the higher you rise, the fewer people there are who understand the weight. You've always been the one they looked up to, the one expected to stay strong, to keep it together, to inspire, to protect. But who protects you, Leo? Who sees the child inside the king? The quiet heart behind the confident posture, the ache behind the roar. This is the moment your father has been waiting for, not just to tell you he's proud, but to take away the armor you were never meant to wear forever. He whispers, you don't have to be the strong one all the time. You don't have to keep holding it all together. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to need. Because strength is not in never needing anyone. It's in knowing when it's time to let others love you too. The loneliness ends when you stop pretending that your fire doesn't flicker sometimes. Your father shows me an image, a lion lying alone in the sun, not because he's defeated, but because he finally allows himself to be still. Not guarding, not roaring, just being. That is the medicine now, to stop performing, to let yourself feel. And when you do, you'll realize this. You were never truly alone. You were just surrounded by people who only saw your fire, not your need for warmth. So here is the truth. You don't need to carry everything by yourself anymore. You can speak, you can rest, you can be held. Comment if this resonates with you. Right. I release the need to carry it all alone. Leo, you were born to shine, but even the sun sets, so it can rise again, this time brighter. Not because it burned harder, but because it allowed itself to be still long enough to heal. Life lesson. Loneliness isn't always about being alone. Sometimes it's the result of never letting anyone see your soft parts. Leo, your soul doesn't need more applause. It needs safe spaces. Real connection begins where performance ends. Your father had something sacred for you, but life kept getting in the way. Now it's time to receive it. Part 6. The gift he couldn't give in life. Leo, there's something your father always meant to give you. But life, with all its noise, pride, and unfinished conversations, got in the way. He thought he had time. He thought you'd always know. But you didn't. And he never said it. So the gift remained wrapped, untouched, gathering dust in the invisible space between you. And now, with the limits of the physical world gone, he brings it forward, not in his hands, but in your heart. This gift is not a memory, not an object, not even a sentence. It's permission, a sacred permission that he couldn't give you while alive because he hadn't yet given it to himself. Permission to let go, to choose joy, to define your own path, to lead with love instead of fear. You see, Leo, your father came from a world where love was shown through provision, protection, and sometimes painful silence. He didn't always know how to speak your emotional language, and sometimes that made you feel like you had to perform for his affection to earn it, to prove yourself worthy of it. But now, from where he is, he sees it clearly. He sees how that made you chase validation in places that never fed you. He sees how you confused achievement with acceptance. He sees how you've lived parts of your life trying to become enough for a standard that was never yours to begin with. So here it is. Leo, the gift, the inheritance, the truth. You were always enough. Always. From your first breath, before you did anything, before you became anyone, you are not loved for what you produce. You are loved for what you are, what you feel, what you radiate. You didn't miss your Father's love. You just didn't hear it in the language you needed. But now His Spirit speaks clearly. You don't have to carry the family anymore. You don't have to be the strong one forever. You don't have to trade your joy for duty. Leo, this gift doesn't come with strings. It comes with freedom. Freedom to define success by your soul, not society. Freedom to rest. Freedom to be gentle. Freedom to say no without guilt. Comment if this resonates with you. Write it if you feel ready. I accept the gift of freedom from my Father's soul, because the truth is, you were never meant to live a life trying to finish someone else's race. You are here to begin your own, one lit by joy, passion, and purpose, not pressure. Life lesson. The most sacred gifts aren't things. They're freedoms. Freedoms passed on by those who in their own lives didn't have the chance to live them. When you accept this gift, Leo, you stop repeating patterns and start creating legacy. Now that the gift is yours, there's a promise your father made before he crossed over, one he intends to keep. Part 7. A promise etched in light. Leo, there is something your father whispered into the silence long before you were ready to hear it. A promise, not loud, not written, but eternal. It was born not from words, but from watching you grow. From seeing your courage even when you were unsure. From watching you carry burdens no child should carry and still shine as if nothing was heavy. He saw it, even if he never said it. And in his soul, he made a vow. If I cannot give him peace while I live, then I will move heaven and earth to bring him peace when I'm gone. This promise lives in the air around you, in the strange coincidences that keep happening, in the dreams that leave you feeling guided, in the scent that appears for no reason, in the song that plays just when you need to hear it. You are not imagining these things. They are the fingerprints of his vow, because your father is not gone. He has become part of the light that surrounds you. He is a guardian now, not in myth, not in fantasy, but in energy. You felt him when you were about to give up, when you were too tired to fight, when something unseen helped you stand up again. That was him, keeping his promise. And now he asks for one thing in return, not a ritual, not perfection, not more effort. He asks you to stop living like you're alone, because you're not. He asks you to receive the protection he's been trying to give, not through force, but through trust. Leo, you don't have to fight every battle alone anymore. You don't have to anticipate every threat guard, every door, stay strong for everyone. Because now, you're protected. Your father is moving pieces behind the scenes, bringing the right people, opening the right doors, closing the wrong ones, whispering guidance through your instincts. Let yourself be helped. Let yourself be backed. Let yourself be loved by the invisible. Comment if this resonates with you. Write this affirmation. I accept the divine protection of my Father's light, because when you do, something shifts. A new sense of safety arrives. Not the kind built on control, but the kind born of knowing that you are not walking alone. And Leo, your father, is not just behind you. He is with you, beside you, inside you. A living promise, etched not in stone, but in light. Life lesson. Sometimes the people who couldn't protect us in life become our fiercest guardians in spirit. Leo, when you allow yourself to trust the invisible, you stop surviving and start walking in divine alignment. The throne is waiting, the crown is glowing, and your father is standing beside you, because now you are ready. Part 8. Your true coronation is now. Leo, you've walked through the silence. You've felt the wound. You've heard the truth. You've received the gift, and you've remembered the promise. Now, stand still, because what comes next is not a memory, not a message. It is a moment, a sacred turning point where the crown returns to the head that was always meant to wear it. Not the crown of survival, not the one forged from ego, but the true crown, the one born from your essence. Your father is here, not in sorrow, not in apology, but in radiant peace. He stands not above you, but beside you as an equal, as a soul who sees you now fully. He reaches out, not to correct the past, but to bless the future, because you, Leo, have become the one your lineage has been waiting for. He places no expectations, no duties, no demands. He simply places before you the sacred flame you've carried all along and says, take it. Now it's yours. The flame doesn't burn. It glows. It pulses with the rhythm of your heart. It calls forth not your pride, but your purpose. Leo, this is not about being admired. It's about leading with wisdom, protecting with compassion, creating with courage, and living without shame. You have nothing left to prove to your father, to the world, to yourself. You are no longer the child who craved approval. You are the lion who has remembered his name. And now it's time. The stage clears. The ancestors stand in stillness. The throne that's waited lifetimes stands open. And your father places the invisible crown over your head, a crown of inner fire, of wholeness, of soul. It is done. This is not imagination. It is initiation. Comment if this resonates with you. Write this declaration: I accept my crown. I am the flame that leads. Because today, Leo, you stop carrying the pain of your story and start writing the legend of your legacy. From this moment forward, you do not walk as the seeker. You walk as the one who has remembered. And that changes everything. Life lesson. Real power doesn't come from being seen. It comes from seeing yourself clearly and still choosing to rise. Leo's true coronation happens not in front of others, but in the sacred quiet, where the soul says, I know who I am, and I'm ready. The message is complete, but the connection is forever. Outro. The reunion is eternal. Leo, and now Leo, the message is complete, but this was never just a message. It was a ceremony, a spiritual return, a reunion beyond time. Your father didn't just visit. He awakened something ancient inside you. And what you feel now, that warmth in your chest, that calm in your breath, that silent certainty is the truth he came to deliver. You are not broken. You are not abandoned. You are not unfinished. You are whole. You are ready. You are the flame. From this moment on, his voice doesn't live in the sky. It lives within you. His protection doesn't hover outside. It radiates through your steps, because your father has become light, and you have become its bearer. Leo, do not return to the world as you were. Return as the crowned one, the healed one, the real one. You've walked through the shadow. Now it's time to live as light. Comment if this journey meant something to you. Let others know they're not alone in their fire. And remember, every time you breathe deeply, every time you choose joy, every time you lead with heart, you're keeping this reunion alive. Your father has not left. He simply stepped aside to let you lead, not from pain, not from pride, but from presence. You were born to shine, Leo, and now the sun rises in you. Final reflection. The separation is an illusion. Love never dies. Legacy never ends. And light never fades. You are the living proof. If this message found you, if it lit something sacred in your chest, if you felt your father's light move through these words, then this is not the end. It's the beginning. Subscribe to the Royal Flame of Leo so you don't walk this path alone. This is more than a channel. It's a sanctuary, a temple of fire, truth, and remembrance for every Leo soul awakening to who they really are. Here we don't chase validation. We reclaim legacy. We don't follow stars. We remember we were born from them. New transmissions are coming, new activations, new revelations, and the next message might be the one that changes your life again. So stay close to the flame, subscribe now, and let your light lead.